I just think about it now, get a nasty feeling in the pit of my stomach, and wonder how I ever thought pretty much any of it was okay. Hey guys, it's Amanda, and I'm coming at you from my kitchen just because the lighting in here is good and I need to have my phone plugged in. Today I just wanted to talk about how MLMs are problematic. If you don't know what an MLM is, it's a multi-level marketing company, and it's like It Works, which I posted a video of why I quit. I will link that up here. At the time when I quit It Works, I really didn't have a problem necessarily with MLM companies in general, just kind of my experience that I was having with It Works at the time. However, the more I dig into anti-MLM culture and things that people are posting, I realize that these are kind of things that people deal with across the board, and it's kind of just disgusting. The first two things I want to talk about are probably the more obvious things to everybody, and that's the posting and the messaging. There are some horror stories about like losing money and scams in general, but I really don't think that those are necessarily the most damaging things, especially because they're not everybody's experiences. If you have a general knowledge of money, I think that you can avoid getting into those kind of ordeals, but that's not what we're here to talk about today anyway. I think that the way that you're taught to be when you join an MLM is damaging both to you and to the people that you interact with more than any other thing. So let's talk first about the posts. First of all, I've seen this with a lot of people that have also been involved in MLMs. You are very much pressured to have a very large social media presence, and now that's not a problem. Like, it's a network marketing company, so why wouldn't you? But it is very problematic in that you feel that you have to document every little thing in your life and spin it so that it is some way promoting your company, whether it's exaggerating your lifestyle and how good it is going, how bad your life used to be before the company, and then you almost feel like if you're not posting about the company that you owe some sort of explanation, and you're not showing like the people like about your product. And if it's your source of making money, then you feel guilty towards yourself too, like, am I not working hard enough? And that is how it is detrimental to the person involved in the marketing company. To the people that see these posts on the person's feed, it can be problematic because depending on what the business is, like for example, weight loss or skincare, like, unfortunately, a lot of the different posts that are made are exaggerated, are tampered with, are not 100% honest. And even I fell victim to this in It Works when people were posting that they lost like 11 pounds in a week. Like, it started making me feel bad about myself. Like, why can't I lose 11 pounds in a week, even though that's obviously not healthy? And that is just an example. I'm not, like I said, picking on one specific MLM. This is like across the board. I've seen posts where, you know, people can tell that, you know, someone's face is face-tuned. They got rid of their blemishes with, you know, some sort of app. Like, that is so damaging. Like, it's as damaging to people as like seeing the pictures in the magazines. And I had somebody point this out on my page, and I didn't realize because I thought that my heart was in a good place because I thought the products were working for me when I was having trouble losing weight. But the posts that are being put out there are damaging because they're not always 100% accurate. It's a reminder of maybe of the people that are triggered by that. And I'm not saying that you need to like streamline your page to people so that they're not offended. It's just that, especially when it's content that's not necessarily 100% honest, Like, I thought it was in the beginning, but I slowly learned that that cannot possibly be the truth. You have people sharing, you know, before and afters where in one they're just letting their stomach hang out, and the other they're sucking it in. That's just disgusting. And I feel that there really are true before and afters, but even then you have like uplines telling you to not necessarily worry about what product it was that gave the results, and that's just dishonest. And I feel like it lures people in the wrong way, not necessarily honestly, and it can come across like braggy, like if you're posting about how great your life is. Not that you should not share that on social media, but it's just the way posts are. Like, if you don't live your life this way, then you're missing out. Like, it kind of demeans different kinds of lives, and that's, I don't know, that's a very controversial issue, but that's how posting can be detrimental to the people you follow and to yourself. The second thing is messaging. Now, the thing about messaging is that what I've seen after being involved in 3 MLMs, which I am so not proud of, but what can you do? The past is the past, is that there are kind of 2 different approaches. There is the approach where you get to know the person, you look at their page, you're involved with what they're doing on Facebook, whatever, you try to spark interest, you create conversations that have nothing to do with the business, and then slowly you insert your business into the conversation. Now, the problem with that is, whether you're genuine or not, I think that you are going to end up being perceived as disingenuous. Like, it is going to undercut everything that you had done to build a relationship with this person beforehand, because it is so expected these days, and it's kind of heartbreaking to be that person that is receiving a message and thinking that someone wants to connect with them or take interest in their lives or reconnect if it's someone you went to high school with or something like that, and then just realize that they wanted to pitch their business to you. And whether you feel genuine or not, I mean, at the end of the day, that was kind of your ulterior motive for messaging them. So whether you truly cared or not, like, it's not going to be perceived that way. So that is very damaging. And then the second way, which I feel is still just as annoying, but not necessarily as fake per se, is kind of like the straight to the point approach, where you just send one bulk message saying like, hey girl, can I tell you about my products? And that can even be fake too, because sometimes you feign interest in the beginning about like their profile or blah blah blah, which essentially is still fake, because you're sending, give or take, the same message to about 100 people, like saying that they're perfect for your team or perfect for your product. Like, I don't know, it's just, you're saying that to everybody. The big problem with both is that whether you care or not at that time, I know I look back, and anyone that I sent either of those kind of messages to, I feel sick to my stomach that I put any sort of relationship in jeopardy that way, even though I know in my heart that I care about the people that I talk to. It doesn't matter, because it ruined possibly how they see me, and the people that know me, I know, won't feel that way, but people that may not have known me as well probably definitely think that, and it's unfortunate. And I feel like that's the problem, that a lot of people joining these companies and learning these approaches will be perceived, and that's unfortunate, because it kind of like ruins future relationships. Like, how do you go back and apologize for that? You can't really. I mean, you can, but especially if you didn't have a real relationship with them before, it doesn't give them a chance to know who you are. And I just don't think anyone really has to deal with that. It's not something that we should have to deal with in this lifetime. The third and kind of last thing I wanted to bring up, which is kind of a big topic, is the lack of training. Now, when you join one of these things, I can't speak for all companies, but it seems to be the general consensus, because none of these people are out there getting actual degrees or anything like that. you are trained to sell the product and to get people to join your team. You are trained in what they want you to know about the products, but at the same time, you're somehow made to believe that you're an expert, you're a distributor, you're a consultant, you're a coach. You have these things when really, like, you don't have the skill that people that went to be a doctor, that went to be a personal trainer, that went to be a makeup artist, that, like, any of those things, you don't have the schooling to back it up. You are not a dermatologist, you like, but I feel like when you receive that title, whatever it may be, or that you are made to believe that you are qualified to give weight loss advice, to give skincare advice, to give to be essentially like a personal trainer, a dietitian of sorts. And maybe you do have a background in that, but not everybody that joins these MLMs do. Literally anyone can join as long as they have the money and means to do so. And that is problematic because even if you like sit there and analyze the products from the information that the company is giving you, that does not necessarily mean that you have all the facts. It just means that you know what they want you to tell your possible customers. The story that makes me want to talk about this is that recently there was an article going around about one of the MLM products, and I won't say which one it was, and how it was possibly linked to complications in someone's health. And I had a friend that was using these products, so I wanted to share this information with her. It was not necessarily that I did not want her to use the product, or I did. Either way, I just wanted her to be informed and to know that maybe she should do some research. When I sent it to her, who she went to consult was the person that sold her the product. And now, I'm not saying that this person is malicious or was trying to do anything bad, but the fact that she just straight out told her, no, this is stupid, these are fake articles, like, it's just ridiculous to me. Because if, even as an It Works person, like, I have experience, I had people tell me that the products, necessarily didn't work, but one, I felt that they were working for me, and two, when I heard these things, it did make me curious, and I did go out and like do research. Because I didn't find anything conclusive at the time, I kept using it, and I was able to sell it in good conscience. Once I found out about the proprietary blend thing, which I don't even think is necessarily that bad, but I, in good conscience, couldn't continue to sell it, I stopped selling it. So if someone came to me with this article, I would say, I need to, research this and get more information, but don't worry about it. Just maybe also do your own research and let me know what you find. And this is not just with MLM products. For example, I recently bought the St. Ives apricot scrub, which I had used for years in high school, but my skin had already been so bad that besides, the exfoliating clean feeling, I didn't see anything wrong with it. However, I went to buy that and needing a new exfoliating face wash, and I actually started to break out. My scar was irritated, and I didn't understand why. But around that time, I started seeing some things about the apricot scrub and how it's not necessarily the best for your skin. So in finding that out, instead of being like, well, I've always used this product and never had a problem, I decided to look into it more and saw that quite a few people were saying this. And sure enough, when I stopped using it, my skin went mostly back to normal and the irritation on my scar went away. So it doesn't matter whether it's an MLM product or not. I feel like you need to do research when something like this is put in front of you. To trust anyone, especially somebody who is not necessarily trained as a health professional, as a skincare specialist, anything like that, it's just irresponsible to your own well-being. I'm not sure if I'll find more things wrong with MLMs, but that's where I'm gonna end it today. Those are the 3 things that I find detrimental for those who join it, for those who buy from it. And I'm not necessarily saying that I would judge somebody that does, but I feel like you majorly need to do your research and think about how what you're doing is impacting yourself and others. And that's where I'm gonna leave it. So that's what I found is problematic with MLMs and why I will never join one again, honestly. I still get sick to my stomach thinking that I talked to people this way, posted and possibly made people feel that way. And I just want to prevent anyone else from feeling that way. So with that behind us, I have some awesome and fun videos planned for the summer, and I'm really excited. So make sure to subscribe and tap that bell for notifications. I would love to hear what you think about this topic in the comments. Are you in an MLM? Have you been in an MLM? Do you support them? Do you not support them? Please let me know below, because let's talk about it. Let's just talk about it. Otherwise, I will see you guys next time. Bye.